Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Hi and a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Husna. I am the librarian at AU Knowledge Center. It's my pleasure to welcome all of you here this afternoon to the series of Proquest database training. For your information, this is our third and last session with our invited speaker, Ms. Kunirji Malar, on the series of Proquest database training. During our previous session, we have covered on Proquest One Business and also with database for collection on education, art and humanities, and computer science. We also cover on Proquest dissertation and thesis global. On previous session, Ms. Kurinji have shared many beneficial information. As we all know, Proquest is one of the databases subscribed by the AEU that will help you to identify the most relevant and reliable academic contents. That's why we conducted this training session to help our students in utilizing the resources we have subscribed for our users. Today's session, we will cover on OD for higher education and also on Proquest Ebook Central. Okay, just a little housekeeping before we get started. If you have any question during the session, please type them into the chat box provided. Ms. Kurinji and I will answer your query accordingly. Okay, now without further ado, we will turn the time over to the invited speaker. Our presenter today is Ms. Kunirji Malar. She is Customer Experience Training and Consulting Partner from the Proquest. Please welcome Ms. Kunirji.
Okay, thank you, Miss Aida. Thank you for the introduction as well as covering on what we have done so far. So some of you have been traveling with us for the last two sessions, and you are around for this session as well. So this session, it's on two different platforms. One is called the O'Reilly for Higher Education, or in short, I call it OHE, and this is more towards users who are using to utilize their IT skills, their software development skills, computer science related studies, and some engineering related studies. So you'll find some topics relevant to that in this platform. Also some business related as well. There are some business related content as well in this platform. So that is on O'Reilly for Higher Education. So for the second part of it will be the ebook central. So ebook central, since the name is says is ebook, so it's a collections of ebooks into a platform. So it's a two different platform that I'm going to take you through today. And a very brief introduction about myself. My name is Kunirji Malar, and I'm the training and consulting partner with Proquest. And I have been with Proquest about 2 years. So prior joining to Proquest, I was always working in the information service industry, working very close with some of the corporate sectors, as well as the legal industry and also academic institution. So with that, let me move on with the objective for today. So O'Reilly product, how many of you all are familiar with O'Reilly products? O'Reilly for higher education. If you are familiar, say yes in the chat box. If you are not, just say no. Feel free to share it in the chat box. Okay, anybody else? Okay, so you may or may not familiar, no problem. Okay, let's move on. So O'Reilly product, in today's session, what we're going to look at is basically to look at the unique content type is being offered in this platform. So what is the content? So some of you, when I say O'Reilly product, could be thinking about books. Some of you could be thinking about videos and so on. So now let's zoom into this platform and see what is that to be offered for you to support your teaching, learning, as well as your research. Then there are some content with the efficient tools or features or functionalities that you can use it together. So with the content and the functionalities, you are able to fully utilize the content to support either your research or even your teaching. And for some of y'all, if you're familiar, you might be thinking, how do I download the content from O'Reilly? If you have used it in the past, maybe you have a question in your mind. Can I download a book from the O'Reilly platform? That kind of questions. Okay, so the answer is you're not able to download through the laptop or the desktop. So you need to download a mobile app through the, in your mobile, download the app, and you're able to download the books. So this is the three main things that we're going to discover in next half an hour or so. Okay, so O'Reilly's overview. So O'Reilly product, why we call them as tomorrow's leaders? Yeah, you use the O'Reilly. So O'Reilly has been highly used by 2.5 million professionals. Yeah, they do use the O'Reilly product every day. So O'Reilly product is not only designed to support the academic institution, but it is designed to support the industry, the whole industry, IT industry, or if you call about technology advancement industry. So it is built to support both the corporate sectors as well as the academic institution. So who actually use it? So there are about more than 5,000 enterprises, corporates, enterprises, agencies that actually trust O'Reilly, and 66% of those are Fortune 100 companies, and 37% of them are Fortune 500 companies. So you can see at the branding at the bottom, those are companies who are already using O'Reilly in their organization. So so now you have this huge high value content in your institution. Yeah, so you have it through your institution. So that's great. So you can make use of this content. Why is it important to get use of this content? Is because you want to be well equipped with what's happening now, what's going to happen in future. Especially if you're coming from IT background, computer science background, the technology is being every day. The terms technology, new things has been coming almost every day. There's a lot of changes. Yeah, so you need to keep yourself updated. You need if you want to accelerate, and information is accelerating as well, so you need to keep yourself updated with what's happening. So having access to this content, it will showcase you what is coming in future, what is it currently, and how do you learn it. So that is why it's very important. So once you are well equipped with that, your employability is even greater. Yeah, you can be employed even faster because of your knowledge. You know what's happening in the market, you know how to manage the interviews very well, and etc. So that the information that you learn from this platform, this O'Reilly platform, it is actually a transferable. That means it's an in-demand skill across many industries. So if you learn one of the topic here, the knowledge, you can take it to any industry. That's why we call it a transferable in-demand skills. Yeah. So once you have got these skills, you are now able to work in many different industries. Now, learn on the job. Why do we call this learn on the job? Because this whole product is designed such a way that you don't have to go more theoretically. If you're not able to find something, you can even ask question from this O'Reilly products. That's why we call this as learn on the job, and that's the reason it's catered to the corporate market as well, especially when someone is a bit behind on that particular skills and the organization wants to upskill them. They probably just say go to the O'Reilly content and upskill yourself. So it's actually learn the information on the job, right? That's what it means. So that's what today's workforce is expected. Nobody is going to come to you and tell you, okay, this is how. No one has enough time to teach each and everything. So you have these tools from the O'Reilly, that way you can help you to learn the job through this platform. Okay, so now you probably wonder what content could it be? This content, yeah, is such a great content. It's like a training platform like that. Yeah. So it is something like that. You can use this as a training platform as well. And who provides this content and the topic? So you can see in my screen, these are mainly some of these handpicked and selected content like Pearson, O'Reilly, Cisco, Taylor St. Francis, Appress, Wiley, and many more. And what content type do you have in this platform? Okay, so take note. So maybe some of you may not be relevant to you, but those who are coming from IT, from design to hardware to security to software development to web and mobile development, okay, this is definitely will be very, very useful for those users, including business. Some of it is talking about career development, e-commerce, finance and accounting. Here, product management, can be marketing, and part of the marketing content would be product management. So now we talk about agile product management and so on. So you are able to find those content in here. Okay, this is the experts. So you can see if you are in the IT industry, you will roughly know these are the experts. Maybe you have come across their names. So these are experts who have actually contributed to the content in this platform as well. Yeah? They are bringing their current expertise, their ideas from the current industry. Then they share the knowledge in this platform. Okay, this is O'Reilly is called like an ecosystem learning. So it is not only books and videos are available. There are many other different content. So and it comes with, the O'Reilly has been in the market for almost more than 40 years. So definitely you have a lots of technical content that you need it right now, and you need it for future in the multiple format. This is again, we call this as a practitioner lead content. Remember, we saw some of those experts earlier. So they have shared all their brightest mind in this industry. They have shared all those information in this platform. And it is editorially curated. So the users, the editors in O'Reilly also curated the content based on the current evolvement of the market, the current evolvement of the industry. So they have curated the content. Okay. On top of all this, this is what I was saying. It is not only to know what is happening currently, but O'Reilly has content such as future releases, early releases. If a book or chapter that's supposed to be released in next year with a new topic, new development in the IT industry, O'Reilly will share the information here. Share this information as early releases and get you to give your feedback on it, or keep yourself updated above of the curve. Okay, so that is why I would say this O'Reilly content is really suitable for those who really want to stay updated with what's happening now and also future. Okay, this O'Reilly product also supports two types of users. So one of the users, some of you, when you want to learn about a topic, you will like to learn from the basics, through the basics, through the overview, to even read A to Z, everything within a book. If you pick a book, you probably want to read structurally, you want to go by a linear way. So that's called a linear style, linear learning approach. But some of you may just want to find some answers. Oh, I've got this problem, I want to find if O'Reilly can help me to solve that problem. So you just quickly zoom into that particular topic, search for that, and then find the answer, and that's it. So you are those are non-linear type of users. So one is the linear users, and the other one is the just want to find solution quickly. So those are the non-linear. So it caters for both. Okay. Now navigating O'Reilly. For those who have already access to O'Reilly in the past, so this will be the home page of it. It's very simple. It's a simplified page, simplified landing page, I would say. So actually there are three main things that you want to take note. So hold on. Okay. So on your left, you will see all this information from the home page to the featured page to the explore and so on. On the current middle page is where the whole list of content is listed, surfacing to you, so you won't miss it. On the right is basically the profile as well as the history. That's it. So we will go, interchangeably looking at the left frame as well as the middle frame. and then we look at this part later. Okay. So to discover what do I have in this content, very easy. All that you do is to go into the home, to the explore page, to the explore page, and look at the all topics. So when you open up the all topics, so you can see all the topics that's been covered in this platform. So I want to go very quickly on this so that I can show you the live demo. Okay, now this is very interesting. This is what I was saying. Sometimes you do not have much time to go through the entire book or videos to just find one information. So O'Reilly has this function called explore O'Reilly answer. So what it means is they are pre-built questions. They are pre-built questions relevant to some of the what's happening in the market currently, like talking about Kubernetes or Python or some relevant related issues with software developments or something like that. Then you can just zoom into and open up the question and get the answers, or otherwise you even can you can put in your questions and it will take you to the answers by going through the entire content. Crawl through the entire content of O'Reilly, OHE, and find for you the answers. Zoom into that directly. You also have recommended content, just like our shopping e-commerce platform. So when you're looking for some content, some books, by searching or by browsing, the system will recommend to you and say, oh, probably this some similar content you may want to explore and so on. That is very good. You can even go for the recommended. And early releases, we talked about early releases. So this screen was done last year. So last year we could see the 2022 publishing here. Later on you will see 2023 publishing content that is to be published in 2023. You will be seeing it in O'Reilly content as well. Okay, now let's move on. Resource Center. This is very interesting to me. This is more like editorially curated content, O'Reilly curated content. So what it does is basically, let's say if I take a topic, like let's say I want to learn about Python. So what happens is, if you want to, the O'Reilly says, the content says in Resource Center, you can become a beginner learning about Python. So you have an introduction to Python. Then you have the report that talks about whirlwind tour of Python or something like that, for you to just understand about the Python here, the big picture of understanding, basic information. Then he said, okay, if you got your knowledge, you have already gained here, now you can go to these books. Okay, these are dig a little bit deeper, the intermediate level. This is beginner, this is intermediate level. So then they recommend you to look at this chapter, these video clips, this chapter, and so on. So once you have got all this, it's assumed that you are able to classify as a intermediate learner. Then finally, they recommend you, if you want to become more expert on this particular field, you now have to explore this video clip, this chapter in this book, this chapter in the other book, and also the video clip on this. Okay, so once you go through this, you are assumed to be expert once you have gone through and also understand the context of it, and you can be classified as expert. Okay, so that's why this O'Reilly content is very, very well designed and can be using as a upskilling, or also if you want to learn if you want to learn new skills and so on. Okay, expert playlist. What is expert playlist? So playlist is just like your songs playlist, or if you have a video content playlist or something like that. So playlist is where you want to put it in all the compile it and put it into one playlist. So what happens here? We call this as an expert playlist. There are two types of playlists. One is the expert playlist. Expert playlist means this is already being curated by the experts. So if the experts are from the software architect elevator related studies, they have curated the playlist. So the playlist may contain, like just now what we saw, may contain the books, the whole book itself, could be one of the chapters in the book, could be video clips, could be also some other content in this platform. Okay, so we will see that list of details later. So it is actually created. The expert playlist is built for different type of topics here. Okay, so you see, this is the software architecture superstream. So for that, this is recommended to be read. This is the video clip to be recommended to be watched, and chapters and so on. So why is this important? Because it's already pre-built it. All that you need to know is, if I want to learn about this, I just go to the playlist, I just do what is being recommended. And the best part is, if you are here, if one of you are here, some of you are here from teaching faculties, from teaching resources of faculty or instructors or lecturers, you want to use this content to share it in the learning management system, and you just share this link to the students and say, for this particular topic, I would recommend you to read this. This can be used as a teaching material. Okay. Now, learning path. Learning path is also very interesting, because if you want to learn something, you may not, if you don't want to go and read chapters and so on. Here, how they built it is, they built it with lots of videos in it. It is like your training tutorials, training tutorials. So you want to learn about a specific title like this. This is already designed with a list of videos with a very longer time. Some even takes like 21 hours to complete. Some has got almost 30 hours to complete, and so on. It is a learning part. On top of that, there are some certification courses, like a mock course has been also incorporated here. So that means before you take the actual certification, so if you want to be prepared for the certification, so you have the certification prep learning path as well here. So like the Cisco's certification, Pearson IT certification, AWS certification, and many others. We will see that later. Okay, so this is the learning part. So you see, this is the learning part, and these are about 14-hour plus videos that you need to watch. So you can plan it, you can plan it such a way, like, if you are taking your exam, your certification in next 3 months. So for you want to understand it very thoroughly, so you plan it, because some of you might be busy, but you're just taking the certification, especially when you are working. Then you just plan your hours. If you have more time, of course, you can spend a lot more time. So the reason I'm saying is, you can plan it, because it's already upfront told you is 14 hours. Okay, now you also have case studies. What is case studies? So as you know, O'Reilly also provide conferences, because they are the conference hosting. O'Reilly hosts conferences. So therefore, some of these topics are already being incorporated in O'Reilly. So they take some of these topics which they think is very interesting, and they want to share it with the O'Reilly users, and they share it whatever that was presented in the conference, in their own conferences. So one of it is this. This is learning about machine learning, deep learning, but how is that applicable in the business, right? So learning about technology alone is not enough. So, but you also must know how this technology helps to helps the growth in the business and things like that. So that's why this video is worth watching, and you see how they uses the machine learning and the deep learning to forecast the business. So that is something you want to learn. This is the this is the actual conference. Then you can see the conference with the presentation here. Okay, so other than that, let me talk about, you have the books and the videos. So videos are also very well planned. So again, you have it by chapters, and each chapters, it tells you this takes, not each chapter, each of this section takes about 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes. Again, you can plan it if you want to watch the whole video, or you want to zoom into a certain part of the videos by looking at the table of content. Okay, these are books. Okay, books more like, you also have your table of content, and you can read the books. You can copy the texts, add some highlights, add notes, and etc. So these are some of the annotation that you can do within this book. And of course, you can add this information to your list, playlist. Yeah. Okay. So can also search within the book. This is like you can search within the book. Yeah, search within the book, and this is basically the table of content. And you can make like some adjustment, whether you want the font size to bigger, if you're reading it online, if you want the font size to bigger, or you want the color mode to be changed in the different colors. Reader width is, whether you want it in the middle or you want it in the broader, in more broader views and so on. So it's up to you how to you want to design it. So this is where you can create the playlist yourself. It's your own playlist. So if you are a person, you want to learn about artificial intelligence, all about it, so go and collect all the books, videos, the case studies, anything that's relevant to AI, artificial intelligence. Either you create a new playlist or you create, you just add it to the existing playlist. That's all. So what is important? The playlist is important. Is you don't have to come back next time to look for it. Just go to your playlist. You can plan it. You can learn it accordingly. So this is learning part. We have seen that earlier. This is some of the notes and so on. Let's move on to look at how do you download. So if you want to download the videos or the ebooks to the app, so you cannot download it separately to keep it in your app, in your own in the app itself. In your phone itself. But you need to keep it in your app. You will only download to the app, so that you can read the books and videos, watch the videos that you have downloaded. So you need to download the app from the App Store. If you have your Apple phones, then you should do it from the App Store. And if you have any Android related mobiles, then use your Google Play to download the Aurelie app. So this is how it goes. So you can pick a select a book and you download it. So you will see it. You will have your books that you have downloaded here, and you can read the books accordingly. Okay. So this is the downloads. Okay, so you download and you can read. You can even add to your playlist from here and so on. And this is how it shows. Okay, can we go to the live demo? Okay. So how many of you already have used this before? I notice most of you have not. This is new because this is more relevant to business as well as IT. Hold on a second. Let me open my Aurelie site. Okay, to go to your Aurelie site, remember, I think if you have attended my session the last week or so, or for those who are new, for the benefit of those who are new, so you go to your library portal, your resource center, then as you scroll down, go to the subscribe online database, or if you have your gateway, if you go into your library gateway, enter your credential. So once you have entered your credential, you should be able to access to this part here. Hold on. Let me show you. Okay. So you will come to this page. So when you click on online database, then you will come to the page where you can search for it. So now what we are looking for is the Aurelie content, right? Okay, here you go. So I just put in all prostomic comma and Aurelie, or you can even type it Aurelie. But what you will see is this Safari. So in the past, this platform was called Safari platform, but now it's rebranded to the name of Aurelie for Higher Education. So sometimes we call it in short as OHE. So so you can access to this. So I'm not going to access to your platform. I'm going to open up my access. Okay, so once you click on the ebook Safari or Really, you will be able to see. Although this is named as ebook, but it is not just ebook here. You saw that earlier you have many different content in here. So this is the interface that I showed you earlier. The left frame, the middle content page, and the right one is the history as well as the profile. That's all. So here you have a option to search, not only to navigate but also to search. So for those who wants to really know what content do I have in this platform, always use the explore, look at the all topics. So when you click on all topics, then you know here you have, these are the topics that might be relevant to you. So you have business. So if I click on business, there are ebooks, e-commerce, economics, financial and accounting, gig economy, human resources, and so on. So if you click on human resources, so this is more relevant to human resources report, like, you know, you want to talk about finding talent, maintaining talents, empowering employees, and etc. So, but if you want to go into like others, say product management, sales and marketing strategies, take your strategy. Okay, so this is the strategy related books. So you can explore it, and this one I like this digital transformation. Okay, so you can see. So this, we talk about digital transformation, marketing into, you know, digital marketing analytics and so on. You do have a lots of information here. So it depends on your interest, yeah. So it can be you looking at it from business strategy related, or go back to the business if you are looking at operations. Okay, from operation is capacity planning, quality management system, and so on. So you do have all that here. So, but it is also catered for mainly for those IT related as well. So if you're looking at software development, web and mobile development, then you have all this content here. So if you don't focus, if you don't want to go into a specific topic, if you open up, then you can see that so many content that you have. So as you go on, if you notice, I have combination of books, right? Those in this icon is called, you will see that it's books. As I go on, I do see videos, I see playlists, I may see the learning part, and many more. You will see all that in here. But if I want to be very specific, looking at certain topics, I can search for the topic, or I can even go by format. Say, okay, just show me all the books, show me all the case studies, show me all the learning part, show me all the videos, or show me all the playlists. So you can do so. So if I say only the learning part, so you see you have all your learning part. So this is the AWS certification. You have also the Cisco certification, and many more. Okay, actually there are many more. So to just, for those who want to learn about certification, you just have to type in here certification. Okay, so you see the topics, certification topics, so you can go into any of those if you're interested in. So that is to explore what you have. But if you know that you want to look up for books in JavaScript, related books, okay, modern JavaScript from the beginning. So you see this is titles, yeah. So the title, this is a book title, this is the video title. So if you pick any one of these, just watch out for the sign. So this means I want to look at this video. Take me to this video. So when you come to this video, that you know that you need 21 hours 36 minutes to complete this video, but you may not want to watch every of this content. Probably you want to know some part of it. So to know that, just use this. This is the table of content. So if you click on table of content, you know chapter 1 is just an intro, and then you have the JavaScript language fundamentals. So if you are, sometimes you already know, you probably want to go for a specific topic, yeah? Just go into the topics that you want to explore. So this particular video is very, very interesting, because it's either you can create a playlist for the entire video, or you can create a playlist by chapters and subchapters, not chapters alone, but by subchapters. You see, if I want to talk about the objects literals, and I can just add the playlist. So when you create a playlist, you may pick and choose which chapter, which subjects that you want to add to your playlist. So let's say I just want to add this into my playlist. So this I want to add to my playlist called JavaScript. But if I don't have the list here, I can now create a new playlist. Just create a new playlist. So if you are looking for example, if you are looking for Bitcoin, or if you are looking for cryptocurrency, so you then use, if you found a material, so you just save it to the name called cryptocurrency. Or if you have a different topic, then you just save it to your different topic. Okay. Now, what I have done, I want to save it to these are the playlists I have, but I want to open up all the playlists. So this is my playlist: 5G, wireless, agile 2, augmented reality, blockchain, designing data, effective presentation, network. So this is what I have created so far. So I do have JavaScript here, right? So what I can do is I can just add this into JavaScript. I just select it. So now this book, Modern JavaScript from the beginning, is added to the playlist. Okay, now you may ask me question. Okay, where do I find the playlist? Okay, so let's just go back to the home page. So once I have added, it will be added into my playlist. Next time when I come to this platform, I just go to the playlist and look up for my JavaScript playlist and work on it. That's it. Very easy. I've got all this compiled ready. Just go to my JavaScript here. Okay, so I have one content is added. Oh, I've also added other content in the past, so I have already added. So I just have to continue with continue adding and just come to my folder and access to the relevant content. Okay, the best part, if I've added some books and other clips that's relevant to JavaScript, I can even share this information. I can share it with my team members. I can share it into my learning management system, and wherever you want to share, just share it. Yeah. So let's say if I want to share it here. Okay. So you just send an email or copy the link and share it into your learning management system or email. So when you share it, okay, so the users who wants to access, make sure they access it through your library gateway. They should be able to access it easily. Okay. Now come back to this. So what we have seen so far, this platform allow you to search the content and also explore all the topics type that you have. And we zoom into a topic on JavaScript, exploring the videos. So one of the content is video content, and we know how to navigate the video content either by table of content, or even you can add it to your playlist. Okay, so that is the thing that you have learned so far. Okay, now this platform is more than that. What is the on our radar? So every week you will see this will be changing. This on our radar will be changing, is to show you, okay, this is the current issue, current development happening in the industry. So you need to keep yourself updated. So this is about audio book from to do to done. So somehow it's more for the productivity related topic. So all you can do is just go and listen. Either they have embedded some audios as well as some videos for you to learn about this topic. Yeah? So this is just like alerting you, hi, this is something you want to explore. So this is on our radar. The question I was talking about, so if you are new to this platform, if you have question like how do you use an API, for example. So if you do not know, you just click on it. Okay, then it will show you, okay, how do you use an API. So there is not only the context from the books, or it is it can be some books as well, text, but also some videos. The videos, how long it takes if you want to watch it. So you can learn more, and you can go into the videos to look at it. Okay, so I'm not going to go into that. But if you go through all the question and see, okay, this is not what I want exactly, but basically I want to understand about, when I learn about all this IT thing, we're talking about business intelligence, what is it all about? So you can ask question and say, what is business intelligence? you can put a question mark. So what happens now is if you just enter it, it will look up for business intelligence in the content and say, okay, what is business intelligence and who use it, what is it about, its application and technologies that are used together provide or provide access to or something like that. So it's all about what is business intelligence. So you go. Okay, so there are any. So very quickly you will have an idea and even explain about business intelligence from the authoritative information. Okay, so that is why it's very important to access to this platform. Okay, now we go to the playlist, expert playlist. So what I'm doing, I have explored here on the left frame. Now I'm coming back to the middle frame. So expert playlist. Expert playlist means this content again by the subjects, by the subjects. This content has been handpicked by the industry leaders. So the industry leader says, if you want to learn about fundamentals of software architecture, here you go. Here are your software architecture list that you need to learn, you need to explore, you need to read. So this is what they said. Okay, so you read the chapter 9 of this particular book, you read the chapter 2 of this book, you watch these videos and so on, so that you can become you can have a good understanding about this particular topic. So what can be done is either you take your own initiative to explore this, or this can be shared by your lecturers, and the lecturers found this and said, okay, I want to share this, and this can be duplicated and added and make a personalized information, add more information as well, add more content to this. Okay, so that is expert list. All right, now recommended to you. Recommended to you means, like I said, this since I've been searching on this particular topic, Python, and I'm also looking at machine learning, so it actually suggested me to a few other books or videos that actually discuss about the topic. Okay, so that is what it means. So learning part, again, this is like a tutorial. So the tutorial can be based on the subject base, or it can be the certification prep learning part. Yeah, so this one is a learning part on AWS certified developer. So who should to take this course? So you can see they will tell you here. Anyone with hands-on experience with AWS services who's planning to take the associate level certificate development exam. Yeah. So, or if you want to just deeper your understanding of the services on AWS. So you will see it can be the people who doing preparation for the certification, or anyone wants to deeper their understanding about that services. So you can, and these modules, these are the modules that incorporated. Okay, so you can go to each of that and know it. Okay, now if I go into this video, if I go into it again, same like the video, the concept is same like video. You have 14 minutes, 45 minutes. And here you go, you have all your table of content, and you can plan it accordingly. Okay, so you can do so. And if you just want the whole video to be added to your playlist, just add it to your playlist. Now that is the learning part. Case studies. Okay, so here are all your case studies. So as I go, they talk about different companies' case study, and just go in. Okay. So maybe I just want to pick one of that. Maybe we want to learn about Spotify. Okay. How Spotify uses machine learning to personalize user experience. This is another way. So you see use of technology to support the business. Yeah, so you can see the product experience, the user experience. Okay, now this is again it's a conference, so you need to watch it and see how it goes and what has been
social.
So this is And yeah, you have your transcription as well as, you can see who the transcription is here and the description. Okay. Now, lastly, okay, the rest of it is a little bit more like what has been added recently. This is very new, it's been added, so you can see this is added on. Yeah, this is like a what do you call this? Is a early releases that you can look at it if you want to see this. This is the live event. Okay, somehow it's not accessible. Hold on. This, you just watch out for the on the newly added. But what I want to show you is, if you want to access the early releases, go to your left frame. So you have recommended, then you have your early releases. Okay, so go to your early releases. So this is where you will see all the books or videos that's been released early for you to know about this topic, Kafka Connect. So maybe some of you may not have heard about it, maybe heard about it, but what is it all about? So you have this particular book that's talking about it. So you can access it. You can even write your reviews if you want to, or even if you go into there will be some videos, also new videos that to be released. Yeah? So these are all to be released May 23, but you have access to it right now. Okay? So that's what we call this as a early releases. Okay? So now we have seen the early releases, and now last one here, resource center. If you recall what I have said earlier in the slide, if you want to learn a topic, you want to learn from a beginner to the intermediate to the advanced level, then you can use this resource center by topic. So you have the topics on Agile, artificial intelligence, Azure, beginning of Python, blockchain, or whatever topic that interests to you, you just go and pick it and learn it. Yeah? So JavaScript is one of it. So here you go. So those they've recommended. If you want to become a beginner, you use this. If you want to be an intermediate, if you want to learn it as an intermediate level, at the intermediate level, then you go to the next one and go to learn more experts content here. So you can see. So it's very, very well organized, depending on the user's behaviors. So it is organized such a way. So lastly, we have seen all this trending and popular, this is popular videos. What has been your peers has been watching. So you will see a popular videos. And this is more like titles are trending in the last 1 month or so. These are some titles people have been accessing for some reason, so you can access to that. So all in together, I would say this platform will surface you to information that you may need. As you come in, if you are not even familiar, but somehow it's recommending to you. Somehow it shows you in the popular videos. Somehow it shows you in the trending. So it's like surfacing the information to you. Okay. Okay. Now, lastly, you can see that I have a profile here. This is where I come and look at my playlist. If I have created a playlist, I can now come to this playlist. Like I think just now we looked at our JavaScript. So if I have developed the development security operations related topic, then I just come here and say, oh, I need to read these books and these videos I need to watch and so on. So that is more to either you want to create it for yourself, or you can create and share it with others. Okay, so that's very important. And lastly, let's say I'm looking at Bitcoin. So this is the Mastering Bitcoin title. This is a book. Yeah, this is a book. So this book, again, even this book, somehow they have timed it that it probably needs about 11 hours, 3 minutes to complete this book. Yeah, so let's say they already put it here. So roughly you need to manage your 11 hours of reading this book, or you can go into the table of content and look at the individual titles if you want to. Okay. to add to your playlist the whole book, you just add it here. So here you may want to highlight or copy this page. So if you can click on it, select it, copy, and you copy it into your Word document. So you can copy the text such a way. You can just copy the text, and you can highlight if you want to. You just highlight it, and if you don't want, you just remove it. Remove the highlight, and then you can add some notes. If you want to put in some notes, you just save some notes here. Okay, that's all. So how do I keep track of my annotations? Again, it's all into your profile. It's all in your profile where you see the highlights. Okay, there you go. It's all your highlights. There's notes here. There's notes here, so okay. So with that, I have covered all the important points that you need for to use the O'Reilly book. Okay, so this is I've covered for that. Okay, now wait, hold on. There's a question. How do I sign in using the app? Okay, do you have your student emails? You can use your student email, and it will recognize it if you are using the universities by institution. Yeah, so it will recognize it. If you don't have the password, you can click on your forget password. Then it will send to you the password. Can you try that? See if it works and let me know. Have you access to the one from the platform, from the what do you call your resource center? Have you tried from the laptop desktop before? Irene? Okay. Okay, good. So you will just try it out and let us know. So now I'm going to move to the second part of the session. If you have questions, just post it here. I'm actually monitoring it. Now we are moving to the ebooks. Ebook Central. Okay, so when you put ebook, it could be different. So you put in Proquest Ebook Central. Okay. So this is where you got your ebook, Proquest Ebook Central. So if you click on it, so you see that you have your 129 ebook titles. Yeah, you have it here. But right now you have more because you do have access from your Proquest One business, right? You do have it because you have more collection that is coming from your Proquest One business. So let me share here the screen. Yes. Okay, here, this is your books that you have. Okay, so you have more books now, more than 139 books compared to earlier. If you put in your cursor like that, you will see you have 75,000 books. But in some of these books, you will see something like that, available on request. What it means, yeah. So what your library actually had done, they said, okay, I want to expose my students with some of the new books in the market, and I want them to come back to me if they need the book. Let's say if you are doing research on Rohingya crisis or whatever, or if you are doing software testings or some cloud reliability engineering. If you want this book, you can read this book for 5 minutes. But if you want the book in full, you will have to do a request and ask your institution to buy this book. Yeah. So depending on it depends on your institution. If they have enough budget and they get more requests for this particular book, and they will buy it. Okay, that only applicable if you see available on request. So for example, if I click on something like that, okay, so that means I don't see the available on request. Okay, hold on, yeah. Hold on a second, just give me a minute. Okay, so again, if you open up this, that means you will have combination of your books that you may not have full access, but you can view it for 5 minutes. But if you just want to see everything that you have full access, you just put owned or subscribed by my library. So these are the 27,000 books that you have in this collection. So from here, you can either search for information, like from here you can go to here. Mostly they are business related, IT related books. Yeah. So let's say if I want books on education, just type in education. These are somehow relevant to education, but they are including content from the book request. Yeah. So again, you can confine it. Okay, you see, and these are all the books available to you. So let's say if I want to look up for education related book, the current books, then you can just move in to the publication date. Okay, move the publication date. Okay, now it's moved, but you probably want to do a quick advanced search again. Okay, education, and you want to save the own books only, you can do upfront, yeah. So these are somehow, these books are education related, and you can either zoom it through, glance it through and say, let's say I want to learn about innovation and entrepreneurship in education. So you can click on this book. Okay, you click on this book. So this book is everyone can access at the same time. There's unlimited access. Everybody can access to this book. You can download this book into a PDF format, 134 pages per day. Yeah, you can go down and say, okay, I like this chapter 1, talks about something relevant to me, talking about the trends and the approach of I&E in the higher education. So you can explore it, yeah. So innovation and entrepreneurship in education. So you can see which one that you want to download, because per day you have 134 pages to download. So if you already use the 134 pages, this will become 0. But after 24 hours, this will get refreshed to 134. So tomorrow you come back, look up for this book and print the remaining chapters. Yeah. So that is very good, because you can download them into a PDF. On top of that, you can download this book. You can download this book into a Adobe Digital Edition. So when you click on download, so it will say, okay, are you downloading into a Adobe Digital? Are you downloading into a laptop or desktop? If you say yes, continue. Then if you're a first-time user, you need to download into a Adobe Digital. You need to download the Adobe. You need to download the Adobe Digital Edition as a reader, right? It's a software. You need to download it first, and then you move on with the step. So once you've downloaded, you just move with the step. Okay. So downloading a book, a full book, means it is similar to the loan concept. So that means I'm going to a library, I found this book, I want to loan this book, and how long can I keep this book? So library says you have maximum of 21 days. You can keep it 14 days, 7 days, or whatever, but you have a maximum of 21 days. So you download it. So when you download now, it's in the ACSM file. So when you click on the ACSM file, it will bring the book into your Adobe Digital Edition. So what is the advantage of having it in your Adobe Digital Edition? You can bring the book you can read the book without internet access. So you can use it for offline purposes. Okay. So this is the advantage of downloading the book to the Adobe Digital Edition. Okay. So that is download the book. So on top of that, you can also read online. So you can quickly read this book and say, okay, I want to read this book. Okay, I can search within the book. Say, let's say if I want to search if it's anything about, okay, let's look at something that is relevant. Okay, education technology. So let's say, is there anything on educational technology here? Okay, you just type in something like that. So if you want this as a phrase, you put in a quotation mark. Otherwise, it will break up and look up for education separately, technology separately. So if I break this up, you can see this is just education or educational. But what I want is, I want this as a phrase. So clear it. Clear it. And you put in something like this and put a phrase. Putting the quotation mark as a phrase. So then what happens now, it will find, okay, probably I have missed looking at it. Hold on a second. Oh, it's educational technology. Okay, so you will find it in this chapter 1 introduction. You find it in this chapter part 3, and you will also, it's being discussed also from other chapters. So this book, search within this book is not just a control F, yeah, but it also indicates you where it has been highly discussed. So if you want to focus more on that, you just click here. So you know education technology is highly discussed at page 130. Of course, these are all references. So most likely the discussion is at introduction level. So you can say, okay, maybe I can look at this part here. Okay, so you can read about educational technology in this chapter, and you can highlight and you can bookmark this page. Yeah? Just bookmark this page. So the moment you bookmark this page, it will be automatically added to your bookshelf because becoming personalized already. Then now you can do all these notes, education technology. Okay, and save it. You can highlight. You can just highlight in colors and so on. So this is more for you to do annotation. So you can when you come here, when you are reading this book, if you realize that some chapters are very interesting to you, you probably want this particular chapter. You go to this page and you want to download this chapter. So you can still download it here. Okay, you can download when you're reading. You just download this current chapter into a PDF. This will download into a PDF. But if you say, no, I want to download, earlier I didn't download this into a full book, now I want to download, you can also do a download, full download to Adobe Digital Edition. Yeah? And you can do a page download if you want to. So if you want to download page, what page is that just now? Page, okay, these are in Roman number. So you can just download the pages that you are interested in, yeah? And you can link it. You can say, okay, I want to link this particular link to the to my students or to my team members. I found this book and this chapter is very interesting. I want to share this. So just copy the link, copy the URL, basically just share it in your email or in any of your communication tools or into your learning management system. Okay, so there's a lot of things you can do here. If you want to cite it, of course you can quickly cite it. So now let's go back to the home page. What we have done so far, we viewed this book, we searched for the educational related books, and we found this book, and we know how to manage this downloading the chapters, and we know how to download it, the whole book. You know how to utilize the read online. Yeah. So one more thing, sometimes when you are searching, if you are not sure what you have here, so you can use the browse function. So in your collection is quite focused on business and some education related and some IT related topics. Yeah. So if you click on business, then you will see these are all business related books. So if you are interested in looking at anything that is tagged under the BISAC subject heading as supply chain management, okay, just typing like that, supply chain. So you see these are all the books that talks about supply chain management. Not necessary management, I just put in supply chain, so you will find these are all supply chain related books. But if you are looking for something that more relevant to management or marketing, then you can just put in something like that. Let me put into the title. Is there any marketing related books? Okay, so you have all these books. So again, remember, before you search for this, before you look up for the marketing book, because you have combination of both all the content type, right? So you can say, only show me the one I can quickly read it immediately. So you do have quite a number of books. So basically you say, okay, this is a book that I want, and you can change this to the publication date. So this is the new book. So you can add it to the bookshelf. Okay, so you're talking about how to continuously broaden the marketing concept. You just add to the bookshelf. Okay, because you know this is something you want to read later. Okay, cost related marketing in international business you want to read. Okay. And this is very much to the fashion marketing. Maybe you want to talk about online relationship marketing. Okay, just add to the bookshelf. And then digital marketing also to bookshelf. So what happens now is all the books that you have added into your folder, so it will actually keep all the books into your folder called research. But of course you can then later change this folder, create a new folder called marketing, and put all the content into it. Yeah, so that's how it works. So now you want to find where is my content. Okay, I have already added my content into bookshelf. So now if you have added, next time you don't have to come and check or redo it. Basically straight away go to your bookshelf. Okay. Because in this book I also added some content in the past, I suppose. So I have actually 5 books in this content. If I want to create a folder, I can create it as marketing. Okay. Create it as a marketing, and then in the marketing folder I can move these books, and because I can say this is marketing related book, so I want to copy this book to the marketing. Okay. So in marketing now I have one book, I have another book. This is on the entrepreneurship, but I want to put it into my book. Sorry, I removed the book. It's okay. I want to go and add this book again. Okay, add to a bookshelf. Okay, so I can add it to the marketing directly now. Okay, done. So I can come to this bookshelf. Now I said I've got 2 books in my marketing folder. These are the books. This book I have annotated. I can share this content now. Share it to your team members, share it to your students, share it to your peers, whoever you want to share. Just basically copy this and share it to your email. And the moment you share it, this is how it looks like. Yeah? When they open with their credentials, entering their credentials, they will be able to see this. So you know one of this book you have annotated. So if you click, they also able to see the annotation. So as they go on reading this, if they go to the part that's being annotated, they will see the notes. Otherwise, if they click on the notes here, the star button here, they are able to see the notes as well. So you can see this page, I have bookmarked it. This one I have put in some notes. Here I have highlighted in yellow. Okay, so they can view the highlights as well. So bookshelf, once you have collected your information, put it into your bookshelf. Anytime you come, you can access to this. You can read this book directly from here. It's the same experience, and you can add notes and all. You just keep it there. Okay. So now what happens to the books that I have downloaded to my Adobe Digital Edition? Okay, here you go. This is where you download the entire book into your Adobe Digital Edition. So in Adobe Digital Edition, these books will be there for 21 days, and then after the 21 days, it will expire. after it expires, you can re-download again, or you can also download it before it gets expired. But there are books in your collection that is you have 1 or 2 copies. Yeah, so sometimes you may not be able to access it because you have limitation in terms of the copy. Let me check those books. So let's say this book. These are all financial management, but what you want is, okay, I think in your case, do it from here, do it from the advanced search. Okay. And confine it to the own one so that you can read the book immediately. So these are all the books that we talked about earlier, but you may want to filter it to the publication date. Okay. So let's say this is the book that you want to read. So if you click here, okay, now this book, you can see you have 2 copies, 2 copies of this book. So if you download this book has only 1 day. So this is where it indicates, it's like, it's kind of hot collections in your library. So it's like, I only have 2 copies. So if you borrow the book, you can keep it for 1 day, and then after that it expires, it comes back to this pool. So, but each of you, 2 of the users, if you're accessing this, you can download this content. You can download the PDF for 36 pages per day, and after 24 hours, it gets back to 36 pages. Okay. So I think I have covered all the important points for you to use the ebook central platform and the O'Reilly platform. Do you have any questions so far? If you have questions, please feel free to share it in the chat box.
Hi.
Okay, seems like no question.
Yeah.
I think the ebook is easy to use, so it's okay. Even the O'Reilly, it's also quite straightforward. You just have to explore, right? No harm in exploring, and especially you find lots of huge content there. So these materials from the ebook can be sometimes it's additional references. It can be used as your source, literature for your research and so on. So you just have to explore it. Okay, if you don't have any question, I'm going to share this post-webinar link here. Please feel free to fill it in. And also, I'm going to share this link to the video tutorial for ebook central. Hold on. Okay. Okay, so this is the, if you go to the link, it's a video tutorial. I think there are 4 videos there. It will take you through how to maximize the use of the content from the chapter download to the full download to the bookshelf to the read online tools. Yeah, so just watch that. It's easy. Ebooks are very easy to use from here. It's just that you need to understand the concept of downloading into the PDF. You have allowances of 36, or depending on the books, yeah, it can be 36, it can be 100, it can be 150, depends on the whole book and the publishers. And if you already used it for the whole day, you already used up to download everything, wait for the next 24 hours, then it get refreshed and you can download it, the next chapters. Okay, so that is why it's very interesting to access to that. Okay. Okay, I don't see any question. I think I'll hand it over to Ms. Aida to do the closing part of it.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Kunirji, for the great presentation and conversation just now. It's really we have covered all the topics. Hope everyone could benefit from the session that we have conducted. If you're facing any problem, any query, anything related to the library matter, you can just reach us by email or call, or we also active on our social media. Okay, Ms. Kunirji, if there anything else you want to talk about before we have a wrap up?
Not really, but I'm going to share with you this site here. So I'm just going to, hold on a second. I'm conducting some public webinars with regards to the research. So if anyone who wants to join the session, you can go to the site here, hold on. And you can sign up. I'm not sure if you receive, I will share with you the brochures later, but in this session, let me just take you to the site. Okay. Okay, so this is the events site for Proquest. So if you go to the Southeast Asia, right, if you click on Southeast Asia, so I've actually planned a couple of sessions for Southeast Asia students. Southeast Asia users, it's being loading. Takes a while to. Okay, here you see. So we have next session on the art of identifying the right keywords and effective searching. So you can join me for the 25th session. Then subsequently after 2 weeks, I have the art of identifying the right keywords. Who's going for twice? Okay. Could be my colleague would be doing it. Or here, mine is here. Art of literature review in academic work. This is my session. And also the subsequent session would be the following section, actually in Southeast Asia as well. So that will be on the art of referencing. Yeah, so you can join me in here. So if you click on it, if you click on register, it will take you to the registration form. So you can read about here. So you see this is my session, what is covered in this research journey, and you just register here. Okay. So if you want to, you can register. I already shared with you this event. Later on, Ms. Aida, I will share with you the brochure as well. You can share it into your library portal in the information part. You can just share it there. Okay, so that's about it from me. And thank you for your time. Hope you have learned something new today to support your research or even your teaching or even for learning purposes. So with that, I'm done. Over to you, Ms. Aida.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Kunirji. Hope everyone who interested with the event, you can register yourself. It will benefit you a lot. Okay, thank you also everyone who joining us today. We really appreciate you participate to the session today. Stay tuned with us for more event we will conduct it. We will update any program or event on our Facebook. So do follow our Facebook. Thanks again for joining us today, and we will see you next event. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.